So, doing another video, another MGTOW video. I thought I was done with that. Um, I was speaking to a couple of my athletes, um, the young men in their early 20s, and I was talking to them about, they were talking about how these women out here and crap and whatnot. Again, if you choose to choose the path of MGTOW, men going your own way, you must not do it for the wrong reasons, because you will still be miserable. You have to be, again, comfortable with yourself as an individual before you and be self-sustaining, self-sufficient, whatever that may mean to you. In my case, I prefer celibacy over everything else, but that's my genetic makeup, possibly. So I can't really advise you guys on whatever works for you all. You'll figure that out on your own. But do not go into MGTOW or get in the mindset of MGTOW, men going their own way, disgruntledly. You'll only be miserable, and a lot of times it's not because women, again, are crap. You are choosing the wrong women. Just like anything in life, the things worth having is not easily attained, and in this case, it'll be a good woman. We brainwashed, and I've seen it over the years when I was growing up, what Hollywood and ad commercials presented us as far as what beauty should look like. In a lot of cases, popular movies are more whitewashed. In some blockbusters, you have a variety of cultural representation of beauty, but it's along the whitewashed color line, as far as a standard. So we, like young men, are kind of influenced by that, either consciously or subconsciously, looking for that idealistic representation of beauty in a woman, and kind of ignore the fact that beauty is more than just the outward appearance of that woman, but also what's in the heart and what's in the head, along with the emotional. Emotional is one of the big things. There's 7 healths. There used to be 5 when I was growing up. You got mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, and sexual, I believe. No, social. Social is the 5th one. Those were the 5 healths. Those were the main ones. Now they added sexual and environmental. I strongly believe the first 5 are the main ones, are the core healths that kind of dictate the complexity of us as human beings, based on that when it comes to behavior and mindset, those 5 really are the core. So if you're young, like my young men are, and you only look at beauty, yes, that we're attracted to beauty, but if you put too much weight on just beauty alone, and ignore the other aspects of health, just away from physical, and we ignore spiritual, mental, emotional, and social, you're doomed to fail in a relationship, because all those things matter. And I will throw in there environmental health, Because if a woman or yourself grew up in an environment where you're not exposed to culture, you're not exposed to um, behavioral training, like how you're supposed to carry yourself and things like that, what to look for, uh, where you get educated, or if you're just in the streets all the time. Um, the environment in which you are most of the time, it kind of dictates what you would become. Especially, I mean, a lot of people that come from, like, say, a ghetto environment and are successful, they won't still in the ghetto. They move themselves off the ghetto. They may still live there physically, but say they were doing music, they went to the studio instead of on the side of the road. Say they were looking to play basketball or football, they went to those places and practiced that. They became boxers. Like what I coach a lot of fighters, and a lot of them are from the streets and they stay in the streets. Some of them still get killed before going pro. But they remove themselves. Those that succeed remove themselves from the street, come into the boxing gym, like some of these athletes that I'm talking about today, and they train, educate themselves in boxing, train their body and mind, everything disciplined for boxing, and then they go on and pursue a career in boxing. So environment I'm throwing in there as well is what you got to look for in these women. So again, do not go into the mindset of MGTOW, and I say mindset of MGTOW like men going away, you're tired of these women, without first observing the kind of women you're going after, what you're looking for in those women. And again, you have to be self-sufficient when you're yourself. You gotta be happy by yourself. You have to be your best company. If you're not your best company, then you're in bad company, and you now become your own worst enemy. So young men out there, do not look at MGTOW, or don't be disgusted of women. Be disgusted at the type of women you choose. And again, you don't always know what's going to happen. I mean, look at Bill Gates and his wife. They've been married for what, 20, 30 years, however long they've been together, have grown kids, established a lot of philanthropist activities all over the world, and they got this divorced this year. You just never know. Those things come to an end eventually, and it just so happened in this case with Bill Gates and his wife, it came to an end. But if you look at how their processes, clearly they were both prepared, they were both classy about it. So in that regard, I would say he chose well. They both chose each other well in that regard. And this is what you all need to look at, especially you young men. Don't say, oh, these women are trash. The women you want are trash, that you're attracted to physically are trash. But you got to look beyond the physical and look at all aspects. And then, you can make a more complete statement of what, how these women truly are. I hope this video helps. Like, subscribe, share the videos that I post, because I really think it's important that young men understand, yes, modern women have this entitlement. A lot of modern women have this entitlement, but again, nothing worth having is easily attained. If you want that woman that's ideal, it's going to take a lot of time and effort to find a woman, but when you find such a woman, you have to be on point with your own self. You gotta have, and again, keep it real simple, have your own place, your own job, be financially stable. Those three things, if you have those three things in place, you're pretty much set as a young man to court, date, marry that ideal woman. And when I say ideal, don't set the same level of standards that women set for men. And especially young men, young men, you guys set some ridiculous standards as well. Yes, we basically, we're simpler, but as a young man growing up, yeah, I had some shitty standards at one time that was just above and beyond anything that was out there. But again, don't blame women, blame yourself for choosing the wrong one. And if you do your homework, you vet these women, and things work out and things go wrong, it just went wrong. It wasn't meant to be that way. Move on to the next one, or try again. But if you give up disgruntledly and just accept the MGTOW way without understanding that you have to be comfortable with yourself as a human being and what you're doing and everything else, you'll still be miserable. You'll be miserable alone, and you'll also be miserable to yourself. There'll be a big empty hole within you that you can never fill. So again, like, subscribe, share, and ask questions in the comment section down below if there's something specific you want me to talk about. If I don't know the answer to it, I will say I don't know. I'll just respond. Or if it's something I can talk about, I'll do a video on that. Y'all have a good night.